Welcome, dear learners. So, today we shall be seeing the design thinking concept for the second phase of design thinking. The define phase is termed as the second phase in the design thinking, and we are going to look little deeper into this phase. So, our main discussion is around understanding and defining the problem. In the define phase, as you can see here on the screen, we organize the information gathered during the empathize stage, and we carry out the analysis on the observations that we have obtained during the first phase of design thinking. So the analysis is carried on whatsoever the information we received in the in the empathize phase. Then moving on, when it comes to defining the problem, we take care that the problem is defined and the problem statement is formed in a human-centered manner. Those who are aware with design thinking must be knowing that the goal of design thinking is focused on human-centered design which is understandable by the human beings. So this is our prime focus. Whenever we define the problem statement should be centered on a human. Let us take an example here. We do not define any problem statement as our own wish or as per the need of the company. There is an example here that we need to increase the food product market share among the teenage girls by 5%. Okay, so this is not a good problem statement. This is a very raw statement ki we have to increase the food market and we will share the market share among the teenage girls by 5%. You are seeing a 5% term, you are seeing the market share term, but this does not mean that we have a good problem statement. We pitch the problem statement from the perception of the user needs. Here is a very good example, better than the earlier one. The teenage girls need to eat nutritious food in order to thrive, to be healthy, and to grow. So this is one where we are able to see the nutrition content of the food that has come into taken consideration. Then the healthy and the grow parameter is also taken care of. So this forms a better problem statement as that of the earlier one. Then moving on, in the defined stage, uh, we the design team collect the ideas and they establish the features, they establish the functions and the other elements to solve the problem at hand, or at least they allow the real users to resolve the issues themselves with minimum difficulty. So whenever we are understanding a problem and whenever we are defining the problem statement, we focus on creating a statement which is very simple. Okay, which minimum difficulty means that the statement is very simple, very easy to understood, and the statement contains the features and the functions. जो भी हमें problem में address करना है, those terms should be taken care of in the problem statement. Moving on, here is the pictorial representation that how do we define any problem, and we focus on how we can consolidate the insights and the outline user problems. So the first thing is that we revisit the unknowns to align the new knowledge. Whenever we have a problem, we try to explore what is the scope of anything new that could be done. So many solutions are already available around us, but we focus on what new thing can be done. Hence, we always say that the creativity and innovation are important aspects when we are considering design thinking. Then the second phase is to distill the research findings into artifacts. When we have the findings, when we have collected some information from the users, we have to filter it out and we have to get the accurate insights, data analytics after the information. And in the third phase, we start to create story. We make a scenario that how we can solve a problem. The discussions goes on. In this phase, dear students, we do the questionnaires, we do the group discussions, and all the settings are conducted into a company or into an organization where many people can participate and propose their innovations and creativities. Then the fourth phase is generating the problem statement collaboratively. After the discussions, multiple people will propose their own problem statements and Ultimately, we record everything, the documentation is done properly so that we can refine the collective problem statements into a one single problem statement, which is accurate and which can be used to further devise the solution of the problem. So moving on, whenever we are working in the defined phase, the important thing is to identify the search field. The search field determination is a very important task. And we say that whenever we are doing a target oriented planning of innovation, then we define a framework for innovation ideas. So, innovation and creativity are touched with the help of search field determination. The individual parts of this framework are termed as search field. So what do we do whenever we are doing the define phase? We have to explore new ideas, innovative ideas, and creative thinking. So we start with the search field represent future subject areas where one can innovate and search for innovation potential. Now, how do we identify innovation and any new idea? We do the market analysis on the basis of market, trends, product categories, technologies, user past experiences, user behavior. All these information will help us to explore the future subject area. Then secondly, the search field should always be very precise so that concrete orientation can be obtained of the search for the ideas. And at the same time, it should be broad enough to encourage search for innovative creative solutions. When we are talking about search field, we have to focus that it is not too much concrete, too much minor detail, and we also need to focus that not broad discussions are there. For example, if I'm saying ki I have to innovate some new function in user shopping experiences so that the cart option, add to cart option is optimized, ये एक बहुत कॉन्क्रीट एग्जांपल हो गया कि एड टू कार्ट पे ही आपको अभी काम करना है. एंड इन जनरल इफ आई एम सेइंग कि आई हैव टू इनोवेट द यूजर एक्सपीरियंस, ऑफरिंग देम अ गुड शॉपिंग एक्सपीरियंस ऑन द ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म. तो हियर ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म में आप बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस को इनोवेटिव तरीके से ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं सो दैट द यूजर एक्सपीरियंसेस आर इम्प्रूव. सो दिस इज अ ब्रॉड वन, but we have to find a bridge between the two, between the concrete orientation as well as between the broad classification. And moving on, the search field also represent a bridge between strategic planning and generation of operational ideas. Those are students who are aware of analysis phase and synthesis phase of design thinking. They can correlate that whenever we are entering the define phase, we have to come across the strategic planning. Strategic planning को हम cross कर चुके हैं and we are going towards some operational strategies, operational ideas. So this search field act as a bridge between the two processes. And ultimately, a search field must already contain information about who the innovation is aimed at. Whenever we are working in the search field, we should have the information that what is our product, what is our service that we are going to innovate. Here is an example. The proportion of sales generated by the products that are not more than 3 years old should amount to 40%. This is of very little help. We do not know what to do. यहाँ से हमें define में कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है. हमें बस given है that the proportion of sales जो है उन products का जो 2-3 सालों में अभी sold नहीं हुए हैं उनका सिर्फ 40% है. So this is not going to help us in any market study or any trend identification. So define phase suggests that the search field optimization should be very clearly done and it ultimately helps us to define a good problem statement. So that's it for today. We shall see you in the next video of design thinking.